Hey everybody, welcome back to this series on creating a bathroom vanity. Again, this is one of my first bigger woodworking projects, and so I'm kind of figuring it out as I go along. I do have a Fusion 360 model, and if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, be sure to go back and watch those. And if you like this series, please like the videos just so I know that you're enjoying them. It's been a fun process to actually build this, and I apologize about the gap between videos. The fact is, a lot of this stuff has been done now for months, and I'm just now finally processing the video. So I'm hoping to release these a little faster. It's just taken me a little while to actually get to it. Okay, so it is currently December 31st. Yeah, this is New Year's Eve. And it's been a number of weeks since I've been able to get back to this project here now, unfortunately. So while I didn't want this to take months, it is taking months. And I just got really busy with work, and January is going to be pretty busy, I think, too. So you just have to do this stuff when you have time, I guess. I should probably take that off. Anyway, it's, I don't know how many degrees it is outside. It's like 30 degrees. You can't see, you can see my breath steaming up here. So I have my main stiles and rails cut, like sort of the longest ones for the project, and I'm going to, I guess, attempt to put those together and see how that all kind of comes out. This has been the really nerve-wracking part for me because I had an 8-foot piece of poplar that was like an 8 by 12. I can't remember what the size of it was, but anyway, and the point was I had to cut that down into narrower strips, and I was really worried about the fence on my table saw not being accurate. And probably a month ago now, I did adjust some of the settings, and I tried to adjust the tension on the fence itself, and I think I got that tightened up enough that it's staying straighter. And so when I cut my stiles and rails down from this bigger, wider piece I had, everything seems to have come out correctly, and my boards, I think, are the same width, the whole length of the board, which was an issue that I was kind of running into there a little bit before. So I'm going to try to attempt to just sort of put this together with clamps on the front of the cabinet and see if everything fits. I've kind of cut everything now, so there's probably not much sense in dry fitting it like I'm doing, but I don't know. I can't help myself. It's like I keep taking little baby steps along this project because I'm so scared that I'm going to screw something up. So we'll see how it all fits together and go from there. Wish me luck. Now, I realize that this isn't actually a legitimate dry fit, but really what I was doing here was making sure that the 3 boards that are going across the face frame horizontally are cut to a relatively precise dimension. You can't really hold the boards in here unless I had used a whole ton of clamps. It would have been very difficult to actually hold all the boards on the face frame. But I had at least enough confidence after that to move forward. On a side note, if you happen to be wondering what that hissing sound in the background is, let me just give you a taste of the real thing. So if you haven't guessed, that's the sound of my torpedo heater in the background, and I'm super grateful for that because without that, I'd hardly be able to work in my garage in the wintertime. It is so cold out there. As you can see, there's no insulation really anywhere,
and that's something I need to get to in the future, but just no time to do it right now. So in any case, that's what I kind of had to put up with all winter long, and again, while it's great to have heat, it's not real conducive for picking up a lot of audio of the machines because the heater is so loud it pretty much drowns everything else out. Here I'm just marking out where my stiles and rails are going to go, and what I ultimately ended up doing here was cutting myself a few spacer pieces that I could put in to make sure that everything was spaced out the way it was supposed to be between all the stiles and rails. One thing I want to mention here is that when I got to the very bottom rail, I hadn't really factored in the fact that the Craig jig here that I'm using, this clamp-on version, is actually wider than my workpiece is. So that little gray foot that's on the bottom left there that you can see, it's only attached or being held on to that right-hand edge of the piece, and the other side is completely off. So I'm doing my best to make sure that that gets lined up and that it doesn't move. And I know Craig makes a different, I think an even more compact version of the jig now that I didn't have or that wasn't available when I purchased this one a number of years ago. So I really didn't have any option but to hold on to that jig from the side to hopefully make sure that it didn't wiggle around too much. And in the end it worked out okay, but it was really kind of an uncomfortable feeling trying to drill that out and hoping that it wasn't going to wiggle around too much on me or mess up the pocket. Now every time I try to attach these pocket screws, things always want to move on me. And for Christmas, my wife got me one of these clamps. Now I know this is for going on an angle, like if you're connecting two things across, but I'm going to try to use it this way and clamp down enough pressure that these things don't move once I get them where I want them, because that's always a frustration. It seems like I can never get my pockets to line up exactly how I want them. And I've tried right angle clamps, not good ones, but I've tried the ones that I had, which, like I said, are not very great. I want to get these perfectly aligned here. And I think that's going to do it.
And I should add some glue there. But maybe what I'll do is do one screw in, and then I'll back it out and put some glue on there so that it can find the right place again, and we'll be good to go. I think that's what I'll do.
Well, once again, I think we're going to leave the video here and pick up in the next one, hopefully creating the doors and the drawers all together. Try to knock this out so we don't string this out over too many videos, and I do want to get it released as quickly as possible here. If you're wondering about that last rail at the bottom, you might have seen that I did cut that and I was testing the fit. What I decided to do was, instead of having 4 drawers, to go with 3 drawers, and the bottom one would be a taller drawer. But I'm going to keep the look of 4 drawers, so it's going to be a double height drawer with basically 2 panels on the bottom drawer and that additional rail actually attached to the drawer front. I wasn't exactly sure how that was going to turn out and if I could pull it off or not, but I guess we're both going to find that out as we go through the rest of this series. Alright, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button just to let me know that you're enjoying it and you're following along. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks a lot.